everybody, welcome to the channel. Excited you're with me. I want to talk today a little bit about a company that, I love this company, Supernote. They've always put out really cool products. I always said their stylus was the best, and they've got a really great community of people who support them. They're active on Reddit. One of the best customer services in the e-ink market. For those of you that follow me a long time, QuirkLogic is a company I love. They got the Quilla downstairs. I love the customer service aspect of this business. But there's been some disturbing things. So they have the Supernote A5X2 here, which is coming out with some great specs. It's thinner, it's lighter, it's clearer. The 300 ppi is pretty cool. It's A5's 10.7 inches. And then they say more sustainable and smarter. So it's really cool that they've been working on this device. But here's what I want to talk about, and I want your comments down below. I got an email from them today, and it says, we are closer to the carrot. And basically, they're apologizing for repeated delays for the A5X2. Both for our users have faced challenges and experience. It says, Supernote is currently going through one of the most difficult periods in its history. This is not due to financial difficulties caused by stock shortages or the significant changes or setbacks encountered during development. Rather, it's because of an issue of trust has emerged between us and our users, which is really interesting because these people have really always been very communicative with Supernote. It says, we have no intention of attracting users by periodically releasing false shipping dates, nor do we wish to dangle a carrot in front of them. If there is a carrot that seems within reach, it is not one that we've hung in front of our users. It is one that has been placed in front of us. Every time we think about we're going to grab it, we trip and fall. When we look up, the carrot has moved a few steps further away. We receive hundreds of emails daily from users asking, have you caught it yet? Just 3 more steps. Why haven't you caught it yet? Another 3 steps. I find this email really interesting because they're really trying to communicate, right? Before the A5X2 launches, we did not intend to explain the difficulties we've encountered with these repeated delays. We must apologize to everyone for these setbacks. We should also reflect on the mistaken business strategy, which involved being overly transparent and prematurely disclosing our hardware development plans. Hardware development is highly uncertain, especially when pursuing some unprecedented goals. We thought we could foresee everything, but in reality, we cannot. We could not only overestimated our optimism. Without this optimism, we wouldn't attempt the things that others haven't done. However, the optimism has also led us to underestimate potential risks. The appropriate approach should be to announce it when it's done rather than revealing our plans in advance. And I tend to agree with that. We'll talk about Remarkable Paper Pro at launch, which was kind of the opposite. I didn't even know it was coming until I got an email that said, hey, we've got an embargo. Do you want to know what we're doing? Sign this contract. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I've always loved the Remarkable. And then boom, it was like it was out the next week, which is pretty crazy. But Supernote's always taken that approach. They've always taken that approach to get out and talk to everybody ahead of time, which I don't think is a business problem. I don't think it's a bad business strategy. I just think a lot of people are, especially in the tech space, are wanting things now. And when other companies are coming out with new devices, it puts them behind the 8 ball. So he says, we're grateful for the community. Without the community's support and understanding, there would be no Supernote today. We strive for transparency, but in some aspects, we've gone too far. Now we're closer to the carrot. We've released some videos. I just showed you those of the actual device a week ago. And this month, we completed the first small batch of trial production. However, the quantity is not enough to meet the backlog of orders. We need to replenish our inventory. Due to the long holiday in the Chinese factories in early October, we will be filling up our inventory stock after the holiday. I think it's 2 weeks from now. This time, we will not offer pre-orders. Our goal is to have products ready for delivery. In the future, we'll only inform users and deliver products once we are ready. We will no longer live stream the process of catching the flying carrot. So I found that really interesting. And that's weird. That came out of Ratta USA, Spokane, Washington. So that must be their US group. So really interesting with Supernote. Again, just to discuss it, I've always liked Supernote. I've always liked the company. I think they sent me the original A5 years ago. I've bought a lot of their devices. It has a really unique feel to it, and they listen. They're one of the companies that really listens to their community. My concern is not their transparency issues. It's just how far back are they falling? I mean, and there's not a lot of ink people like me that buy all the devices to test them and use them. You know, if somebody grabs a new Remarkable Paper Pro, are they going to be happy with it? And what You know, how much of the market is there? Kindle's in it, right? Books is taking a lot of market share. Where does Supernote fit in? And I don't know how big this market is. I was talking to Larry the other day who put a comment about how he can't stand the Remarkable, right? And I was telling him, you know, well, I know Remarkable sold 2 million Remarkable 2s. So if we look at the whole market as a whole, how many e-ink devices are really out there, right? How many sales are potentially there? So it's not like Apple's going to get in the game. I was actually kind of surprised Amazon did. I don't know how big this market is. I don't know how many aficionados are in this. So I do know Supernote has a great community. They really do. They've got a loyal base. There's some people that have organized for change. There's some great channels out there that really work on, you know, Supernote and talk about Supernote and the things that are going on with them. But I find it really interesting, their approach, and at least they're communicating. And that's why I want to do this video. I'd kind of like to know down below what your comment is. Are you one of the Supernote people that's waiting? Are you somebody that pulled the trigger on another device because maybe you're waiting too long? And to me, it looks like these devices probably aren't going to be out till November, December, if then. So is it worth the wait? Or are you going to jump on something else or use what you already have? Maybe you already have a Supernote, right? It'd be interesting to have that conversation. So Supernote, man, what are we going to do with Supernote? Great company, doing what they can do, but having some delays here and kind of announcing things a little prematurely. I don't know if it's such a bad strategy. I just don't know if the market is going to be able to bear it, like if people are going to be patient enough. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below. And if you enjoyed the dialogue that we're having on tech and things, hit the like button. And of course, a subscribe would be great. All right, until the next video, go have a great one. What do you think about Supernote? And what do you think is going on with them?